Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. If you've been looking to replay The Witcher 3 with some mods, but don't know where to start or just looking for the best ones you can get right now, you've come to the right place. From satisfying combat tweaks to cosmetic and lighting enhancements, every mod in this video really helps elevate The Witcher 3 experience to a new level. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subbing to the channel and dropping a like, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, the very first mod on the list is the Fast Travel Anywhere mod. In vanilla Witcher 3, you can't fast travel unless you're standing right next to a signpost. And while that may work most of the time, it always means that there's going to be moments where you're just running across the map just to find or get to one. This mod completely fixes that problem. With this mod installed, you can open up the world map and simply fast travel from anywhere, either that be the middle of a swamp or the heart of a cave. It's a very small change, but it's one that respects your time and lets you play the game your way, especially on replays of the game. For me personally, this is one of the first mods I installed when I began to replay The Witcher 3, and honestly, it's a must-have for exploration, and once you install it, you'll never go back. Next, we've got a mod that quietly turns The Witcher 3 into a much smoother experience, the No Inventory Weight Limit mod. And I know for some, the whole thing of having a weight limit for Geralt is part of the immersion of the game, and that there's of course some realism in needing to manage what you carry. But if you're like me, when you're just playing through the game, it's annoying when you pick up a new weapon or piece of armor and Geralt begins to walk in slow motion, just because you picked up a few new pieces of loot. This mod gets rid of that annoying hassle, and it really is a game changer. With this mod installed, you'll be able to loot every cave, bandit camp, and crypt without a second thought, with the problem of inventory juggling no longer a concern. Overall, this one's great for those who just value exploration and hoarding all their items over the need to constantly micromanage everything you loot. This next mod is all about total immersion and provides you with lots of customization as well. The Friendly HUD mod lets you overhaul and change aspects of Witcher 3's kind of clunky and overbearing HUD and turn it into something a little more dynamic. With this mod, you can configure exactly what's visible on the screen and when, and can even hide the HUD entirely when you feel like it. If you want to have no HUD during combat, but then want it to reappear when you loot something or get a new quest, you can do all of that and more with this mod. It's extremely modular, allowing you to enable and disable any feature individually when you feel like it, allowing you to get it just right for you. In my opinion, this is a must-have for anyone who wants the game to feel more cinematic and less cluttered during gameplay, all with great customization to boot. If there's one thing that can often kill the excitement of looting in The Witcher 3, it's finding an awesome weapon and realizing that in a couple levels it's going to be absolutely useless. Well, the gear level scaling mod fixes that concern completely. With this mod, every weapon and piece of armor that you find will be able to scale to your current level automatically. That means you could wear the Kaer Morhen armor through the entire game, or even allow you to use a blade whose requirement is 10 levels higher than you are. You can completely customize the aggressiveness of the scaling here as well. You could limit it to just Witcher sets or apply it to everything if you want to be able to use all weapons and armor throughout the entire game. And just like all the other mods, it works flawlessly with the next gen update of the game as well. So whether you're exploring new areas or just want your old gear to keep up with you, this mod makes sure you're always battle ready, no matter when you pick something up. Now this one is one of my favorites on this list, and it's the Hoods mod. This mod is a customization dream of mine, allowing you to wear and find a wide variety of items like cloaks, hoods, scarves, masks and more, with the ability to toggle your hood up and down in real time. There's also different types of these across the game, allowing you to dress Geralt in a way that matches your current mood, armor and the region that you're currently in. You'll be able to grab these items from vendors like Bram or the Elf Merchant in Novigrad, and it's even compatible with other mods like the Auto Hide weapons for cloaks mod. So whether you just want to look like Geralt in the cinematic trailers or want to look more mysterious as you make your journey through this world, this mod definitely adds a lot of style to your playthrough. The Witcher 3 is already one of the most stunning games ever made, but what if you could make it look even more atmospheric and charming? Well, that's exactly what the Super Turbo Lighting mod does, as it overhauls lighting across the game in every zone to mimic the darker, more atmospheric tone of the early E3 builds of the game before the final release. This means you'll get denser shadows, deeper color palettes, and scenery that feels more dramatic, especially in Novigrad. It doesn't add anything new in itself, but in many ways restores the original vision of the game, all while working flawlessly with the game's next-gen update. Just make sure that while you're running it, that you don't have any other lighting mods with it, as they may clash. So if you ever wanted The Witcher 3 to look like its original trailers, this is definitely the mod you've been looking for. Next, we've got the realistic weather mod. This mod steps in and completely overhauls the game's weather effects, adding new gloomy skies to Skellige, more fog, more dramatic storms, and a full set of tweaked weather types that just makes the game's weather feel more real. Storms will now actually dim the sunlight, clouds will cover the sky in a believable way, and rain will actually look like it's straight from a dark fantasy story. It's not just a visual thing as well, as now the weather will roll in more naturally, with much better transitions and varied frequency. You'll get overcast afternoons, moody mornings, and weather that feels real and unpredictable. Overall, I highly recommend this mod for those who want the weather to better reflect the tones of the story itself, and it works excellently with existing lighting mods as well, making it a must-have in terms of visual upgrades to the game. Now, if you've ever wished The Witcher 3's combat just felt a little more cinematic, this mod is for you. Critical slow motion combat Redux introduces stylish, slow motion effects triggered during specific moments in combat, like critical hits and finishes. But it isn't just a one-size-fits-all toggle, but you'll get full control with custom menu options that let you decide when and how the effects will trigger. The mod also adds new visual effects like death cams, motion blur, and the ability to enable slow motion for perfect dodges or sign uses, making it one of the best combat-oriented mods you can get for sure. Personally, this is one of the first mods I downloaded when setting up my mods for The Witcher 3, and man, do I recommend all of you to try it out, as it really enhances the combat in the game in a great way. Another combat mod, this one's the Blood and Steel mod. If you ever thought The Witcher 3's combat animations felt a bit too rigid, this mod is definitely for you. This mod completely revamps combat animations, adding new flanking, spinning, and sidestepping attacks that react to enemy behavior in real time. Now, every sword swing will have weight and purpose, with Geralt responding to enemy attacks with directionally appropriate dodges or parries. This mod also tightens up hit detection and tweaks targeting to make it more precise, and works perfectly with other combat mods as well. Again, it's also perfectly compatible with the next gen update, and even has support for controller players. So if you've been looking for a mod that brings The Witcher 3's combat more in line with what we originally imagined, the Blood and Steel mod is definitely a must-have in every regard. Now, this one's definitely similar to the last one, but it works to make the combat more like the original E3 trailers for the game. The E3 Enhanced Combat Animations mod overhauls every stiff combat spin and clunky animation with custom-made movements that better reflect Geralt's speed and precision. Whether you're closing in with a quick attack or slashing your enemy from a distance, every animation added by this mod feels grounded and responsive. You'll see a bunch of new chained attacks and a flow to the overall combat loop in the game that just wasn't there before. It pairs especially well with combat mods like enhanced targeting and slow motion combat, allowing you to elevate your combat experience to a new level. Overall, this mod's great if you've been chasing that sleek E3 fantasy of The Witcher 3 and want to see Geralt fight the way he was always supposed to. And that's it, 10 amazing mods that I think all of you need to try for The Witcher 3. Again, whether it's the Great Hoods mod or the insanely customizable and fun to use critical slow motion combat mod, all of the mods on this list will help you customize your Witcher 3 experience and truly elevate it to a new level. Also, if you'd like to see more mods in another video, please let me know down below. Anyway, that's all from me for today's video. If you enjoyed, please consider subbing to the channel for more Witcher 3 and RPG content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
I